Finesse and chill. What's good, dick suckers? Episode 4, we just want to shout out our girl, Chrissy.
What's good, dick suckers? It's your girl. What's good, dick suckers? It's your girl. What's good, dick suckers? It's your girl, Chrissy at Nash.
Yeah. Shout out to Chrissy. If you guys are following Chrissy on Instagram, Chrissy DHK.
It's such a small world because we've definitely bumped into Chrissy a couple times before.
The Gwinnett Fest. And the time before that was Cardi's birthday party on the boat party.
You're right.
And it
was lit.
Very, very lit. And what's crazy is once I saw on Instagram that Chrissy was going through something, battling with depression, it almost makes you realize, like, damn, how many times we bumped into Chrissy and could have said what's up, could have been... I know for a fact, just off of vibes and off of Instagram alone, if we had a drink with Chrissy... Forget it. Like,
it would be lit.
Me and Chrissy would probably be roommates by the end of 2018.
You guys would be doing splits.
Right. We would be doing splits, together. Doing crazy shit. So if you see people, you vibe with people, you know that somebody's a good person. It doesn't take nothing to say what's up or show love.
I mean, you never really know what somebody's going through, like, behind the scenes. Like, maybe someone was just mean or had a rough day or... whatever, but behind that, you don't know why they acted the way they acted, so...
And you could change that. You could possibly be someone to add substance to someone's day or say one thing that's going to change their whole day around.
Add substance.
Yes. So go to Chrissy's Instagram, Chrissy DHK, and click on the YouTube link and hear Chrissy talk about different ways if you're going through depression or you know anybody fighting depression and ways that you could overcome that.
It's really easy to see people on Instagram, you know, always posting the positive things, like getting their keys to their apartment or, you know, like getting a raise, or that's normal things for people to post. Of course, they're only going to post
the good
positive
stuff.
Things. Exactly.
Think they got it all together. Shit, I thought everybody had these beautiful eyebrows just looking on Instagram. I had no idea that was also a finesse.
Right?
So anything you see on Instagram, you can't really go by that. You have to be happy within yourself, which random vagina. Vagine, which I like to talk about it. But we're going to talk about a little taboo that not a lot of people like to talk about. And, you know, growing up, when you're familiar with your lady parts, you don't know that other lady parts might not look the same as you. All right, so I said that to say this.
Okay.
I got into a conversation about uncircumcised penis, which we'll get into that later as well. And it got me thinking. You ever... I can't even say it. You ever seen a movie or anything and the girl's vagina had a little extra flap?
Oh, you're talking about the roast beef. The roast beef chronicles.
The flapjack.
The flapjack, yes.
The flapjack. So the
stacks.
That's funny because that reminds me of cat stacks. But anyway.
Ooh.
So
I wonder if that's flappy.
Exactly. It gets me wondering. Does that just happen over time? Are you born with the flap? I was under the impression, now call it immature, maybe I just didn't know better. I thought that only like porn stars and those who, you know, lack of a better word, do it on the regular. That happens over time.
Does it? I mean, I honestly don't know. We're pretty ignorant right now for asking, but we really just don't.
We really just don't know. I didn't even know that there was different kinds of vagina.
Or is it normally created that way?
Yeah, like, is there anyone that could say, like, nah, dog, I was born with this?
Maybelline.
I always had these flaps. And now, is that like a turn off to guys? Because see, because I thought that was a mileage attribute, I then associated that with bad vagine.
Meaning mileage as in...
They did it a lot. Like, it took a beating.
Oh. I think that guys do care about what's going on or how that looks like down there, because guys make a big deal about camel toe sometimes.
I mean, but not that flap. I mean the inner flap. Not that, because guys like the camel toe. I used to think that that was a bad thing and that that was a gross thing. But apparently guys like it because that means you have a fat vagine. But I mean like the inside flaps. This is what I'm saying. This is like fins at this point. Did you see that thing on Facebook that it was like a girl in the bathtub and it was like, ew, I can't even.
No.
It looked like fins. Like that's how the flap went.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not trying to shame anybody.
At all, because like I said, I thought all vaginas looked the same. So if you have a vagina that you want to share with the
That you want to share with the world,
and let us know, were you born like that or did that happen over time? Porn stars are welcome. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, when I also, like we were saying, that gets us into uncircumcised penis.
which to us women in general, I feel like does make a difference.
A boogie with the hoodies.
The hoodie. It's hoodie season.
The cloaks.
The clothes.
I'm just thankful that at this age, like that's something that I haven't even like thought about in forever, was the uncircumcised. And if I have come across one, they did a good job at hiding it because I haven't seen an uncircumcised penis. I've seen like maybe one in my whole life.
Wow.
So, shout out. Shout out to the penis gods.
To all of them.
Shout out to the penis gods. But, you know, I used to think that a bar mitzvah meant that they got circumcised like on their 16th birthday. You can't circumcise a grown man, right?
No, I mean, who knows what you could do these days, but I hope not, because that sounds painful. It's painful for a baby or for a kid.
Right.
So I could only imagine
What
if
if
you
you
get older.
What if
it's
you
worse.
got with someone, really liked them, and they weren't circumcised? Would you be like, yo, have you ever thought about possibly getting circumcised?
Wait. Okay, so what would you do?
What, if I had a flap and they told me to get the flap removed? No, I'm just kidding. Thank God I don't got it. I mean, if I had it, I would probably get it removed anyway, because it's like a fin. But
Like a
would
fin.
I ask a guy, like if I was gonna marry them, if to get it removed? I mean, it depends. He would have to be very hygienic about this. Like, this is an extra vessel right now that you have to clean.
Know
this is a wound
that's
at this
even
point.
Gonna do anything though? Like, you're probably not gonna be able to have sex for a long time. One and two. I mean, who's to say that it's gonna be good to go right after?
Oh.
Like, what if that affects
What if it
somehow?
ruins it?
Because it's, you know, you're older, so you're I don't know. I'm guessing you don't heal the same.
And see, I saw a post that somebody was like, uncircumcised adds an inch. Like the hood, like, so it's obviously someone who wasn't circumcised and was confident as hell, like, yeah,
I don't know about that. That's definitely not a Snapple fact.
I don't know. Just, you know, exactly what I said about girls, if you wanted to send in vagina pics and talk about that. Guys, please do not send us pictures. We do not want to know about your uncircumcised or
we don't
not.
care for hoodie season.
Yeah, we're not into hoodie season. Leave that to A Boogie with the hoodie.
I mean, if it's not safari, if it's not broken, let's
not fix it. Yo, shout out to Safari for one hell of a week when it came to the promo game. This man dropped a single, and before he dropped the single,
he dropped a single.
Oh, so he leaked his nudes of his man parts flapping all around. Then the single dropped. Then he was at 105.1 throwing singles at 6:45 in the morning because I looked at the clock in the background and there was a young lady there, his hype woman, and he was throwing these singles, and all I kept thinking was, yo, it's 6:40 in the morning when you look at that clock. But kudos to Safari and all that energy he got. All of that.
All of it.
All of that energy that Safari's got.
Tall glass of water.
Packing a Mac in the back of the act. Jesus Christ. And then he drops a statement. Well, we're still looking for the article, so it hasn't been confirmed, but there's a rumor going around that he said...
He got battered?
Yes.
And...
he was verbally and physically abused Well, let me tell you something, Safari. When you packing a Mac in the back of the act like that, you are subjected to be verbally and physically abused by any girlfriend you will ever find.
Oh,
And you know, Black China just never ceases to amaze me when she makes headlines after headlines
after
with not so
headline.
good headlines, if you catch my drift.
I mean, let's talk about it.
So, rumor has it that she's with an 18-year-old.
18. I mean, oh, hold on, pause. Before we go any further with details, would you consider being with an 18-year-old?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to say my age at this point in time. You could Google me. But there is an age. Even I have like people younger than me. And even then, I'd be like, it would never work because we're not on the same type of time. So 18 is a hell of a... First of all, men don't even mature till they're like in their 50s, if that.
Exactly. I feel like, well, let's not bash. I was gonna say I feel like y'all never do.
Right. It might never happen. So to go for 18, like, come on. It started to make me look at her mental stability on a different kind of level. Like, the choices that she's making are clearly crazy.
Can I be fucking real right now? I feel like she's just on so much fucking cocaine.
Ooh.
Like, just coming out her nose and her pores and just everywhere. Like, that she just doesn't... This doesn't seem like...
Crazy to her.
A sober decision to me.
I mean, opioids are in right now. People are doing a lot of perked up shit.
So exactly, I feel like this isn't like something that she would have done consciously. Like,
but
why,
look at Amber Rose. Amber Rose is with 21 Savage, and to me, he's a baby. Savage? I don't know, but he looks like a baby. He looks like a baby, and my thing is, I'm not saying these guys aren't cool. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying when I look at these women, when I think of Blac Chyna, when I think of Amber Rose, you should be with men, grown men. What's with the obsession with the little...
on the flip side of that, if, let's say, Quavo was to hit you up, how old is Quavo?
I have to look that up. That's another one. We have to look at these ages. Quavo looks kind of cool.
Okay, 21 Savage is 25 years old. So he's not young.
See, and that's my cutoff.
He is young, but he's not young.
To me, like, under 25, I'm like, I'm stretching it. I'm really stretching it at this point. But see, Blac Chyna isn't as old as we think she 26. Is. See? Wow. These kids are millionaires.
So listen.
Let's wrap our heads around
that you wouldn't
get with Quavo.
21 or Quavo?
Just looking at that, 1991 scares me. Looking at the fact that he was born in 1991 freaks me out.
He's a millennial.
I mean, maybe it'll keep me young. I say this now because of how old I am now, but when I'm older, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a cougar. I'm 110% sure that I'm going to be a cougar. But right now, I just feel like it's a little crazy. I don't know. I mean, all right, if Blac Chyna's angle is money and successful people, can somebody take her to a basketball game or something? Like, point her in the direction of the grown established men. Like, we don't have to date 18-year-olds.
You know what I think it is?
Maybe 18-year-olds accept that type of head.
You know that there's certain people that say that, like, women with money and power intimidate men.
Oh.
So if you have more money, sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like there's, like, a stereotype where if you have money and you're rich and you're successful or whatever the case is, you don't want, like, at that point, you look at everyone around you like, what do I need you for?
So it's like a submission kind of thing.
It's like an accessory. Like, I feel like she looks at men like whatever, like, just something pretty to have on her arm, just to say that she could do it because she's the boss in that situation.
That's true.
Look at how she was with Michi. She was buying him clothes everywhere. She was the one that was taking him places. Like, you got me? Like, she was giving him that experience. Like full blown on sugar baby
sick
excursion.
Just to have that feeling like if they need her.
Maybe that's her thing.
Maybe that's Tokyo's child. And that's all I think about now. When I see Blac Chyna, I think of her mother. And I'm like, you know what? That's Tokyo's baby.
When I think of her mother, I just think of her twerking on her fucking Instagram. And I'm like, China, come get your mom.
For real, the apple doesn't fall too far from the mother effing tree.
At all.
But 2018 is looking lit already, and we're already in March. How crazy is that? Balls deep.
Balls deep.
Balls deep already. It's about to be springtime. There's so many things going on. So as you guys know, any battle rap fans that follow us, March 31st, URL TV is going to have Smack Volume 2, which you could only catch on pay-per-view. So make sure you guys are following on YouTube and follow the URL Instagram so you could check out the matchups as they come off and get the pay-per-view info. April for 420.
Oh, 420, I can't wait.
Come
We're going
puff.
to Michigan.
Puff Puff Pass with your girls will be at a battle rap event for 420. There will be an edible bar.
Oh.
So if you're familiar with the cannabis culture, as I like to call it, then you'll know about edibles. So we'll definitely have adventures on that. We'll take some videos of the legal edibles that we will be trying for 420.
I hear there's Rice Krispie treats.
Oh my god.
I hear there's lollipops.
Brownies.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna be like fried. But shout out to Bloody Scene, Flint, Michigan. Michigan's definitely like our second home when it comes to the battle rap shit. So it's so dope that we get to bring our family to meet our second family.
It's gonna be so lit to be there with everybody.
Yeah, so we got the hitters with us. We got Lex coming out there. Shout out to Lex who runs iBattle League. Lex is actually battling Mr. Mills, which is a dope matchup. So that's gonna be lit. My cousin's gonna be out there, Daddy Mason.
Twerk's coming out, New Jersey Twerk. Drugs.
And Rome. That's crazy. Rome DMV is going to be battling TDH, who's actually the league owner. So that's going to be juicy.
So moving on, we're planning a trip. And we want to know what you guys think we should choose. We are in between two different places. And we don't know which one we should do first.
And the vibes are totally different. So we're stuck between Miami and New Orleans.
They're both lit.
Very lit. Now, Miami I've been to before, so I can navigate. I could write an itinerary. We'll be good. Now, if we go to New Orleans, this is an adventure for both of us because we've both never been there before. So we're going to put on our little Dora Explorer book bag and figure out what adventure we're going to go on, and you guys could follow us.
But let us know what you guys think is more lit or what you guys think we should do first.
Right, and especially if you guys are from New Orleans or you know anything that's going on in Miami over the summer, let us know. Shoot us an email. Write to us on Instagram. You guys follow and share, like our page on Facebook, Finesse and Chill. If you're already subscribed, tell a friend to subscribe, and make sure you hit us up on Instagram. You can follow me at the Duchess of Jersey.
Or V at Sittin' X Pretty.
And like I said, let us know, New Orleans or Miami.
What's going on over there?
Circumcised or not circumcised?
Flaps or no stacks?